see. Any frustrations on trail? I feel like there was a lot, but one that sticks out to me right now was some towns when you go into to resupply in their like small stores, convenience stores, groceries, sometimes their gas station stuff, they won't have the label of how much stuff costs on it, and usually price gouge you. Like a thing of ramen where you can get like a whole pack for $1, it's like one little thing of ramen single pack for maybe $1.50, $2. I think the highest I saw was maybe $2.50. I did not buy that. And they won't have the price on there, so when you go up to ring up, then it's like, surprise, your ramen's $50. So that was really annoying, and I wish they would put labels on it, because then I could feel like I could buy more or less. Okay, anything I would do differently? Yes, I would probably splurge a little more if I had the money to lighten my pack, and maybe get the pack I originally wanted to get, which was the Hyperlight mountain gear pack, which my pack ended up being maybe like $70, $100 cheaper, but I feel like the way it fit me, and then I tried on the other pack, I feel like the Hyperlight fit me better. I would also stretch every day. I found this really messed with my hike. I did not stretch very much in the beginning, and my knees kind of locked up on me. I had a lot of issues going downhill, going like squatting, really issues when you go in the bathroom and you have to squat. Like my knees, I couldn't do anything. It was painful. If I bent down too far, I would just collapse. I had no issue going uphill, it was just going downhill, and it really slowed me down. It was a lot of pain. I started stretching later on, which helped a lot, but because I was already so far behind, it only helped prevented more, I guess, injury or overusage, and not, I guess, healing what I already had. I don't know. I wish I stretched more. Okay, what were the highlights and lowlights of my trip? Highlights, I think, were the accomplishments. Like every time I climbed a mountain, every time I reached a milestone, that was a highlight. And the low light was, or no, the low points were me getting to that point. Like climbing that tall mountain, I had to face so much pain, so much fear of heights to get to that point. So the low points and the high points are usually together. Did I experience hiker depression when I got off trail? I would say it was a yes and a no question or answer. When I got off trail, the daylight's already getting, shorter, and I already experienced seasonal depression when it gets colder and there's less light. So I don't know which one was tying in more, that or getting off trail. Because then I got off trail, I was cooped up inside for a while. I was trying to let my body heal. You're with all these people for so long, and then bam, you're cut away, and then you don't see them anymore. So you don't have that community. And then you have all the stress of life, trying to find a new job. I was trying to do my school now, and it was a lot going on. So, still a lot going on right now. So, I don't think I experienced hiker depression to a point that a lot of other people do, but I think I experienced it a little bit. And how do I overcome that? I come back out into the woods, or semi-woods. How much did I end up spending on trail? I think I'm gonna have to do a different video answering this because I couldn't come up with the amount right away. So there was a lot of factors going in. In the beginning, I was hiking with my sister, and that was a combined kind of cost that we did together. And then later, I was hiking by myself. And then I had bills at home that I was taking care of. I still had like some other things going on. I was paying for my tuition. So while I was on trail, I probably spent, I was on trail 7 months, probably a little no less than $7,000. So probably no less than $1,000 a month. Um, I don't know what the price is. I'll have to come up with a figure of that later and put it in a separate video. And how did I get that money? Saving for years. A long, long time. How many 0 days did I take and how long was my hike? So like I said, my hike covered 7 months. It was from February 18th is the day I started at Springer, at Springer, Amicaloa Falls. September 12th is the day I touched the Katahdin sign. I didn't get down off Katahdin until September 13th. I'll talk about that later. Just a little under 7 months. How many 0 days did I take? So my book got a little damaged, so I couldn't count out everything. But what I could count from there, I took 7 full 0 days. Oh no, I'm sorry. 7 full days I went home. Yeah, I went home for a whole week. Then I took 13 zeros on top of that on trail. So in my films, when it says day whatever, I always added the 0 days into that, but I did not add that week I went home. So because I wasn't on trail then. So I took at least 13 0 days, and I took a lot of Neros. So technically, I probably did it in 6 months. I probably could have done it in maybe 5 if I took no zeros. But what's the fun in that? Best and worst thing about hiking the AT. I'm going to come back to that one. Let's see what the other questions are. How did you motivate yourself to keep going every day for such a long time? Okay, so I was always looking ahead to the finish line. I was thinking about touching that sign, how much I wanted to touch that sign. I was thinking about the accomplishment of finishing a dream that I've had for 20 plus years. I was thinking, if I don't finish it now, I know I'm not going to come back out and section hike it. I was thinking about being in the AT yearbook that year with all those people I met. I was thinking about all my viewers, the people who were following, and they want to make it to the end with me. I was thinking about people telling me, oh, you're not going to make it, or you can't hike that far, or you never finish anything you start. And I wanted to show them, you know what, I do. And I can. So I think there was a lot of different motivations. A lot of times I wanted to quit and get off trail, and your thing is never quit on a bad day. So if you're having a bad day, wait till the next day. If it's still a bad day, wait till the next day. When you have a good day, then decide, do I want to get off trail? And then you're like, this is great. I'm not getting off trail. So that kept me going for such a long time. What wildlife did you see? I saw a lot of chipmunks. A lot of chipmunks up north. A lot of squirrels down south. I saw a porcupine in, I think it was Pennsylvania. I saw a lot of deer. I saw a lot of snakes, a couple of rattlesnakes. The rattlesnakes that I saw, I came very close to stepping on. I saw and heard a bunch of loons up in Maine. Those are very, very eerie if you don't know what they are, but very cool sounding. I heard some coyotes. I saw 3 bear? 3 or 4. Ooh, how many did I see? One that was following me. All the bear, I don't know. Most of the bear I saw, I didn't see any juvenile bear. All the bears I saw down south were like the big ones, and one was following me. They were the ones that weren't afraid and don't scurry away. I did see a bear in Maine. That one did scurry away. Apparently that's rare to see bears up in the mountains of Maine because they're very shy. Sadly, I didn't see any wild boar, which you know, no big deal. I'd rather not see a wild boar. But I really wanted to see a moose, and I didn't see any moose. Which I heard there is a tick or a tick disease, something that is killing off the moose, so they're not as abundant as they used to be. How much did my pack weigh? So when I first started my hike, it was 28 pounds, 30 pounds, around 30 pounds. Somehow I kept losing weight in my pack, but it just kept getting heavier. I think I was just carrying more food because I was getting hungrier, and it wasn't the lightest food, so I don't know, anywhere from say 27 to 35 pounds is where it kind of went back and forth. Wish it was lighter, wish it was like 20 pounds max. That probably would have helped my knees a lot. Are you really fit now? And any changes in your body? So I found I can't walk down hills. That's extremely painful still. I noticed I can't wear a lot of my old shoes. So the funny thing is, when I started, I didn't have 0 drops, and people are like, don't switch to 0 drops. Well, I realized all my shoes except for my tennis shoes and maybe like my heels, maybe one other two shoes at home, are all like flat bottoms, you know, no support whatsoever, very wide. And I realized that's what I'm kind of used to. So it kind of hurt going back, but I enjoy those kind of shoes more. And it kind of hurts to wear shoes with support in them, especially like along where my pinky toe is. I don't know if it pushed in somehow. I don't know if it became a bunion, it just became very tender. But that bone right there, I can't wear like a lot of my shoes anymore because it feels like it's pushing it up in a weird angle and it's uncomfortable. Am I really fit now? No. I feel like I can do less stuff with my body now than I could before. I may have like toned up a little bit while I was on trail, but now it's a month later and that's gone, you know. So not only did I lose my muscle, I lost my flexibility and I lost the movement in my joints. So the answer is, am I fit? Definitely not.